Welcome back. This is chapter 5. Yes, chapter 5 of the Ace novel read through continuation. Um, Last time we left off, I want to say Deuce. I want to say Deuce. Deuce was talking to Ace, and this was essentially after the Whitebeard fight, and Ace was, I wouldn't say battered, but he was defeated, and he took it pretty heavy because he essentially had to use like some last resort escape move and tried to shield his crew from what was going on, but didn't work out too well. Didn't work out too well. Anyway, Ace managed to get brought aboard the ship. Uh, I'm not sure exactly who, or I want to say Marco, either Marco or damn, I can't remember. But one of the Whitebeard pirates essentially was just talking to him and was like, "Yo, bro, listen, we're not here to hurt y'all. Like, y'all tried that actually, and y'all lost horribly. So it is what it is. No hard feelings. But ultimately, the takeaway from that scene was that the respect Whitebeard got from not only those whose islands he protected with his flag, but he also got the respect of the Spade Pirates. He also got their respect. I want to say Deuce, yeah, can't remember, but essentially he was saying how if Ace is gonna attack Whitebeard, he has to do it in an honorable fashion. He cannot attack a man like Whitebeard after everything that he's done for them. For him to attack him like some type of snake or like deceitful way like that, it's unacceptable. Like Deuce would kill him if that's what it took, because he's not gonna stand for somebody as honorable as Whitebeard being done dirty like that. And it's funny when you compare that to the anime scene, and it's just like, what do you know? He tried to pop on Whitebeard in his sleep. Whitebeard literally thrashed him, like. And even in this scene, it was talked about, but it's just like it's one of those things. It's just like he's really been care, which I thought I had to say, and he obviously felt like he could beat your ass, so that says that. But anyway, let's get back to this. Okay. So Pops knocked you into the water again today, huh? Sighed Thatch, who was the head cook of the Moby Dick, as well as the leader of the 4th Division. With a crew the size of the Whitebeard pirates, meals were a major concern in keeping operations going from day to day. And this was among the and this was among the ruffians of the waves. Captains who couldn't keep their subordinates fed while out at sea were not in a good position. Since Thatch became commander of the 4th Division, it had put what the fuck? Okay, that's not me. It had been put in charge of, oh damn, they didn't even call him a he. It had been put in charge of managing the crew's kitchen. Its members were all cooks, hunters, or fishermen. All the 4th Division was put in. Okay, that makes sense. Um, this is quality meat. Ooh, I'll pause. You bet. We got our hands on some marbled wild cattle. Thanks to the widespread use of saline water filters, the problem of procuring fresh water on long voyages has been solved. Showers could not be had, and if you added nice hot soup with meat and bread, rice balls, and tea, most of your problems were solved. Cattle? Where do you find cows at sea? You don't, idiot. Kotatsu got off land and hunted it for us. Meow. Wow, such a cute sound for a big creature. As the pirates packed the long, excuse me, as the pirates packed the long bench at the table to eat their meal, they fawned over the wildcat. This thing's completely tame, huh? I was the first one to feed him. He kills rats in the ladder, hunts in exchange for everything he eats, and he's just a damn fine cat all around. He was a very popular. He was very popular on the winter island we stopped at recently. The nurses were squabbling over which of them got to snuggle with him to keep warm. Wow, he's all the rage with the crew. In fact, hang on. You smell like shampoo. Have you been getting baths too, Fuzzball? See, Kotatsu's a real pirate. He understands the relationship between favors earned and returned, not like some other moochers around here. Kotatsu meowed as he prowled off over to Ace and curled up on the floor. Ace didn't say a word as he devoured the meat that Kotatsu pet brought. How long are you going to keep after Pops? I don't know. Listen, Whitebeard's life isn't just his own concern. Yeah, I know, said Ace, sticking his soup into his mouth. Oh, yeah? What do you know? Whitebeard uses that flag to protect his territory, Fishman Island, and other places, and all the people living there. If something happened to him, the opportunistic hordes would come from every direction and stain the ocean red with blood. That's right, but you still don't get it. Eh? Listen, Ace, if you were a little bit tougher, then you and your friends wouldn't be alive right now. We would have made certain of that. Huh? In other words, if Ace were an opponent that Whitebeard could not overlook, then his division leaders would have shown no mercy in defending his territory. But they were spared because Ace was weak. Kotatsu licked his face, almost as though to comfort him. A cat could be tamed with enough food, but a human wasn't so simple. Because, because why? Because of pride? Pride in what? Because he was frustrated that he lost to Whitebeard? To begin with, Ace's goal was to garner more fame than the king of the pirates. He grew up hating his father, and it was the only thing Ace could think of that would release his heart from the grips of that hatred so that he could live again. That's why he went after Whitebeard, Roger's former rival, and that rival turned out to be far beyond Ace's reach, which would mean that his hated father, too, must still be far out of reach. Damn. Anything you try to accomplish, kid, is just bad news and bad news. Bad news bears. Ace's troubles hadn't been solved, and that's why he was stuck in such a disgraceful state. I just realized I'm gonna change the background. Well, in honor of YouTube, let's do a little magic. Okay. Damn, where were we? Oh yeah, bit disrespectful. um, Out of reach. Ace's troubles hadn't been solved, and that's why he was stuck in such a disgraceful state. Does Whitebeard what? Does he always do this? Tame pirates who try to take his life? It's easy to speak about a man's greatness, but perhaps this was evidence of it. Look, don't think about it too hard, okay? You're not really the competitive type, are you? Contemplative type, sorry. Are you? He's the same way. He's easy to understand. Huh? Pops is a pirate in the good old style. He shows you who he is. He's not two-faced. So he likes others who have that pirate's way about them. In the fight, you helped your people escape, didn't you? And you yourself swore not to escape. He likes dummies like you, I think. Ace had been a great captain at that moment. That one moment, at least. If you want to leave, we're not going to stop you. But if you're going to eat our food, then not under the code. The way that Kotatsu and your friends are doing. Crash. A dish shattered. At the end of the table where Ace was sitting was a man who was at the end of the long table where Ace was sitting was a man who was making a ruckus as he ate. Hey, this fish pie is especially delicious. So don't smash the plates, Teach. Oh, what was that, Dash? Sorry, that smut was too lively, teased the man who had broken his dish by jabbing a fork all the way through it. I'm going to serve you on a steel dish next time. The man laughed again. His presence at the meal table changed the atmosphere entirely. What's with that guy? Ace said skeptically. He was a pirate raised by bandits, so if he was creeped out, that was saying something. The man was large, nearly as big and barrel-chested as Jinbei, but hairy as well. That's Teach. He's been in the business for a long time, said Thatch. He looked to be in his 30s. He and Thatch treated each other like equals, though. Thatch was the division leader. Um, so did he know the king of the pirates then? But he doesn't have a bounty on his head. Actually, you know what? He's just like you, Ace. Like me? How so? His name's God, Thatch started to say. Ace looked up with a surprise. The large man, Teach, was now standing directly over them, staring down with peering eyes. You the 100 million kid who turned down the 7 warlords? The man's attitude was abrasive, mocking. Ace's expression stiffened. You ate a fruit, right? Which one? It's the flame fruit, he says. Stop getting into it with the youngsters, Teach, Thatch warned. Aha. Ziha! Teach laughed and smacked Ace on the back with incredible force. It caused him to double up, coughing. Strong man, Wood. Get back, little. What the? I'm Teach. The name's Marshall D. Teach. So you got the flame fruit, huh? I hear that all the devil fruits taste like trash. Is that true? No, I wouldn't say that. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever eaten, said Ace. Of course, when he ate it, it was starving on an uninhabited island, so the flavor was the last thing he was worried about. Well, that's a lucky stroke. So a devil fruit tastes like trash, but it's not inedible, huh? I wonder if Pops and Marco's fruits tasted that bad. Teach left the mess hall. Trailing the stench of a tremendous fart behind him. Hey, yo! Ace wrinkled his nose at the stink of it. What kind of a stupid laugh is that, he grumbled. I know. He's a big cancerous he's a big cantankerous bastard. I'm not making this word up. Spell it out. Cantankerous. Yes, cantankerous. He's a big cantankerous bastard, but he's not a bad guy. If you say so. What's up, Kotatsu? Ace said, looking down. Kotatsu was curled up on the floor, his tail wound protectively around himself. Whoa, he's all freaked out. Did he eat some bad squid or something? The large cat continued to quiver, never taking his eyes off the door to the mess hall. Zeha, that's why. Cat seen him, he's like, oh, this nigga different. He got 2 souls in him. He said, hold up. I see the fat nigga y'all looking at. Who that other nigga? Rocks. Whitebeard stood on the deck of the ship. Behind him was Thatch, who had brought Ace up with him. Hang on, Ace. You asked me to bring you to Pops because you had business to discuss with him. You didn't say anything about this, though, said Thatch aghast. I'm not going to ruin your honor. I mean to do exactly as I just said. Ace stared up at Whitebeard. Thatch ran his hand over his head in consternation. Why not just say he was mad he did some bullshit like bring the young nigga up there? Why didn't you? Come on, man. Come on. That word's not necessary. Anyway. I digress. But did his best to sum it all up. So let me get this straight. Ace, you said you owe Pops a debt. What debt is that? You fed my crewmates. You've been eating too, Thatch pointed out. Ace continued, scratching his head awkwardly. My point is, it's honest work for a debt incurred. I'll repay the favor. I'll work off what I've eaten. That's how I've lived ever since I was a kid. I don't know any other way to do things. In other words, he'd made up his mind to do the right thing. He just wasn't clear on how to do it. So you're joining us then? You're going to be Pops' son? No. What? You're not. I'm repaying my debt. I can't dishonor the code in front of my crew, so put me to work, said Ace. He didn't know what he wanted to do exactly, so he left it up to Whitebeard. Work? What can you do? Are you going to perform odd jobs on deck? A rookie worth 9 digits? Thatch, wondered Thatch. That's not going to pay for the cost of my meals, Ace told him. I want to work. I want to work enough that you'll owe me, Whitebeard. Owe you. What are you hoping to do by putting Pops in debt to you? Dutch asked. When he owes me, then I'll collect. That's the code, isn't it? So when that happens, Whitebeard, I'll demand a duel with you. Huh? Boy is brain dead. I swear for God. This boy is like, yo, man. Wow. Just, all right, whatever. Cool. Whatever. Um, I'm just like really just like, what's wrong with you, Ace? Like you have all the time in the world to try to learn from this man. Like, it's almost eerie how easily Whitebeard defeats him. Like, time and time and time again. I don't even know how many times Ace has tried to sneak up on this guy, and he's been getting pounded on constantly. But he doesn't think, hey, this guy doesn't have the same devil fruit because there's always one of each devil fruit. So why not look at how he's fighting? Maybe I could ask him about that thing that I learned at Sabaody. Or that thing I activated. I shouldn't even say I learned about it. He activated Armament Hockey. He could have asked Whitebeard how to use it a little bit better. Like, learn from him. But instead you want to fight him. And you're so like, he's so blinded. It's just like, bro, one-track mind, trash. Like, you got a one-track mind to the trash. That's the worst. Oh my God, bro. That's wild to me. Like, that's a little infuriating, but it's just like more wild than anything. Oh my God. Okay, anyway. Okay. I'll collect. He'd rendered that speechless. Ace still wanted to go after Whitebeard's head. He just wasn't going to be scheming sneak attacks around the clock anymore. The duel would only come when Ace had earned the favor. Whitebeard mulled over this idea. Is that so? He asked. It is so. All right. Deal. Is that all? Wait. Hold on, Ace. You too, Pops. Just because you accept this deal don't mean I will. How many dozens of times has Pops flattened you by now? Why don't you wise up and the deal's done, Ace said, cutting him off. What would you have me do? Go on, washing dishes, fireball boy. And sooner or later, I'll give you a bigger job to do. Hey, yo, he said, wash the dishes, fireball boy. Yo, that was funny. His laughter style at the end is just like it's hilarious. I give you bigger jobs to do. Whitebeard chuckled. Insert Whitebeard laugh here. Whitebeard chuckled as he vanished into his cabin. Ace watched him go with a deadly serious look on his face, and Thatch simply looked lost. Ah, that's right. You might be an idiot, Ace, but Pops is an idiot when it comes to pirates too. You heard what we said. This is a challenge between me and Whitebeard. I need you to be our witness, Thatch. Sounds like I'm getting a raw deal here. But if it's gonna be a duel, there are some rules. Pops' head won't come cheap, said Thatch. He thought it over, then continued. First of all, you can only challenge him to a duel when he agrees to it. And if you die as a result, that's on you. Also, hey Thatch, Whitebeard emerged out of his cabin again. Yes, Pops, what is it? He's an official guest of the crew now. You'll be responsible for him. Me? Great. Probably couldn't hear me. Me? Great. On the other hand, you're in charge of our kitchen too. So I put someone else in charge of giving him work. How about Teach? He's an old salt, so he knows the way we do things, said Whitebeard. And with that, He retreated to his cabin again. Wow. That makes a bit of sense, actually, because now we know why Whitebeard, or correction, we know why Blackbeard was talking to Ace about the whole becoming second division commander. They had a connection. Makes sense. Did you hear that? Fire Fist Ace is our guest now. What does Pops think he's doing? Dad's just the one responsible, but it's Teach who's going to take care of him. Porcus D. Ace was the indisputable topic of conversation for the Whitebeard Pirates during this time. He clearly had a screw loose based on the fact that he wanted a one-on-one duel with Whitebeard. But now he was going to make a name for himself with the crew just for the opportunity to have that duel? What in the world could that mean? Our crew doesn't really sweat the small details. If there's any question, just follow the code, Pop says. Of course, he's the one who's got to decide what that code is. He gave you the go-ahead, so no one's going to be here to complain about your duel, said Teach, Ace's handler. But what was he handling exactly? Ace washed dishes, scrubbed the deck, and hung up the laundry. And Teach gave him no instruction or advice at any point. He just scarfed food and scratched his ass. If he challenges Pops 100 times and still doesn't win, Ace is going to wear our flag. How many times has he lost already? Rumors swirled around the Moby Dick in the mess hall. Ace complained to the head cook. What do they mean 100 times? I don't remember attaching any conditions like that. Of course you don't. I spread that part. That said, as he prepared the dish, he added a number of conditions to the duel with Whitebeard. Apparently, a competition's gotta have proper terms and limits after all. You can't say it'll happen in 10 years just because you feel like it. The terms Thatch looked up, the terms Thatch cooked up were all over the ship by now. It was common knowledge to the crew, and they expected rules to be followed. I never said that I'd capitulate. I'm gonna go with that. And join Whitebeard. Yeah, it doesn't feel right though, you know. Whatever. Pretty much, he never said that he would acquiesce and join the crew. Well, his head's not gonna come that cheap. Besides, if you can't win in 100 tries, you're not gonna win in 1,000. Here, like the Pope, like the pot. Ace started a fire out of sheer frustration, using his flame powers, of course. Ooh, that's nice. That was just so funny. He said, ooh, that's nice. The most important thing for a work is the heat. For a walk is the heat. Hey Ace, if you do join our crew, come to the 4th Division. I'll craft you into a first-rate flame cook. Very funny. That was funny. I don't know why you mad for it. Chapter 5, Section 1. I'm sorry, that was Section 5 we were reading. When we first started, then we closed off with Section 6. Now we're starting Chapter 5, Book 2, Section 1. Okay. The balance of power in the New World is shifting. It used to be all about Roger, Shiki the Golden Lion, and Whitebeard. Until Roger and Shiki dropped out. Big Mom's always had her own nation, though. Even back then, Dutch explained, his hands on the side railing. Now it's Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, and Red Hair, said Ace, listing the names of the 4 emperors. Red Hair straight from Roger's lineage, but he doesn't have any desire to carry on his old captain's will and be king of the pirates. By comparison, Kaido's much easier to understand. If you ask me, he's less of a pirate than a hoodlum. Big Mom's crew is similar to our crew, generationally speaking. But Charlotte Lennon herself is more like a landlubber pirate now. She lived in a castle surrounded by a family of dozens, making her operation closer to a mafia than a pirate crew. Fact. The territory she controlled was her own nation. No cap. All the young folks who go into the Grand Line are just looking for a bit of adventure. But crack, crack, crack. The mast crumbled downward, sail and all, into a wall of flame. Thatch continued. If you get past the route through Fishman Island, where 70% of the ships sink already, the new world beyond that point is the haunt of the four emperors of the sea, the strongest pirates with their own vast territories. It won't be easy to bring any of them low. The idiots who fail to understand the rules of this business are the first to paint targets on their back. The battle was over. A few dozen pirates from random crew lay at Thatch and Ace's feet. You're Firefist Ace, the one who turned down the warlords, gasped on the enemy's pirate deck. Gasped one of the enemies on the deck, his face grimacing in pain. These were rookie pirates unaffiliated with any of the emperors. Back in their homeland and in the paradise of the first half of the Grand Line, they were no doubt big shots who made a name for themselves. But they lasted mere minutes against Ace and Thatch. Ace never mocked Thatch for just being a cook, but in truth, Thatch was more. Thatch. Breathe and cut. Ace never mocked Thatch for just being a cook, but in truth, Thatch was more worthy of the title of 4th Division leader. He wielded a one-sided blade over 3 feet long that looked like one of the giant kitchen knives used for dressing large fish and animals. The division leaders shared ritual cups that placed them on equal footing, none greater than any other. That meant they were at least more people on the crew of similar profile, a mark of the great depth of the Whitebeard pirates. He claimed that the 5th Division commander, Vista, was a far better swordsman, however. Was that 100 million rookie kid bent the knee? Has that 100 million rookie kid bent the... Why don't they ever, say the current... They just, does that 50... Like, what, bro? Just... That's annoying as hell, bro. That's wildly annoying. Has that 100 million rookie kid bent the knee to Whitebeard? Gasped the pirate. Hell no. But it's a complicated situation, said Ace with irritation. What did these guys do anyway, Thatch? They messed around in our territory. They ate and drank without paying. Happens all the time. Oh yeah, that does happen. So I've heard. Ace, I just realized who was saying that. And now I have to reread it because the tone, it was, yeah. Ah, yeah, that does happen. So I've heard. And let me tell you something, Ace. Anyone who eats our food and doesn't pay isn't our guest. It was impossible to argue with that. These division leaders protected the town's flying Whitebeard's flag. In exchange, the crew received a stipend from those towns in various forms, such as valuables, food and fuel supplies, labor, and so on. If the common people couldn't get the help of the world government and navy, then they'd look to one of the 4 emperors for protection. I thought the navy was like the world's biggest group of pirates, but in the new world, they're more scarce than ever, Ace noted. Wouldn't it be the navy's job to settle these issues? They have G branches in place to protect vital facilities, but that's about it. Navy headquarters is just a military force designed to do the bidding of the world government. Their primary mission wasn't to protect the populace from pirates, so I guess there's no leeway for rookies like me making their way into the new world, Ace observed. That's right, and it was Redhair who actually succeeded at rising to the emperor level that way. Gotta respect Shanks, man. You gotta respect him. Shanks came from the Pirate King's pedigree. He was dangerous, but he seemed reasonable enough when they met. You didn't hear any awful rumors about him. Our job is to get rid of idiots like these and collect protection money. That raises the profile and power of our flag. And that's how our territory expands. So the pirate crew gets bigger and bigger all on its own, huh? The Whitebeard pirates controlled the sea with their flag and backed it up by dispatching their forces here and there. We don't deal with drugs or slaves in our territory. That's right, out the that's right out the window. Sounds pretty tame for one of the four baddest pirates in the world, eh? Well, I was never for adventure or finding the One Piece anyway. Oh yeah? But I do feel like I've got a better understanding of how this sea is ruled. That flag isn't something Whitebeard planted there through an act of force. It's something that the residents chose to raise on their own. Exactly. So burning that flag on Fishman Island wasn't just an insult to Whitebeard. It was an insult to all the fishmen who lived there. You figured that all out, but you're still going after Pops' head? That said, you want to be more infamous than the King of the Pirates. But you have no interest in the One Piece. You don't want to bend your own honor code. So what does your flag of flame actually stand for? I don't know. Or at least I thought I did once. But now I don't. Thatch went silent for a bit and smiled. You're pretty honest. Listen, it's fine. We've settled on this duel with Pops. I'm not going back to relegate on that. Now let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. Thatch gave orders to his division. They would seize all goods. The ship would be sold on the second-hand market, and the pirates they captured. I'm surprised that a division leader like you would get directly involved with this third-rate crew. When someone's back is to the wall, they'll easily resort to the stupidest course of action. It's because they're third rate that a higher up like me has to get involved and make an example of them. Is that how it works? You bet, said Thatch. Leave it to the lower guys and see what happens. What should have been a simple job turns into... Suddenly, the wall above the deck cabin broke open, and a man as large as a bear emerged from inside the ship. Is that the end of it? It was Teach. In his hand was a man wearing a captain's hat, the enemy leader, gripped around the base of his neck and dangling like a squid hung out to dry. Don't destroy the ship, Thatch. I'm sorry, don't destroy the ship, Teach, said Thatch, disappointed. Oh, right, this rinky-dink little ship for shrimps. Teach hurled the enemy captain like a bowling ball. The unfortunate captain of the attempted eat-and-run crew rolled over and over across the deck until he slammed into the mast. That's gotta suck. One of Thatch's men set up a transponder snail hooked up to a trunk-shaped device. He took a picture of the captain's face and set it through on a fax machine. After a little while, there was a return communication. Ace picked up the fax and examined it. A skull symbol was in the sender's field, so it was Skull, the info agent, still performing his job admirably. He's Raccoon, the possum player from the West Blue, a bounty of 75 million berries. He plays possum. Smart. That's not a paltry amount. We'll hand him over to the Navy in that case, said Thatch, reading the facts. Would they actually pay out a bounty to other pirates? No. There are special brokers you can go through, he explained. Apparently, there were those who passed themselves off as bounty hunters and turned in wanted men, then paid the bounty back to the pirates who caught the target in the first place. Teach, tie that guy out. And as for the others, blam! That spun around at the sudden sound of a gunshot. Yeah, I'm glad we kept reading. Oh. Teach placed his hand to his side. It came away wet and red. At his feet, the dying Captain Raccoon was clutching a pistol. Didn't think that was going to happen. Teach! Hey! I've been shot, shrieked Teach, shocked by the sight of his own blood. Ace was charged chagrined. Ace was chagrined at the fact that he hadn't disarmed the target. He pointed a fire gun technique at the enemy. There was an awful scream that he never wanted. There was an awful scream that he never wanted to hear again, like a giant frog being squashed. "That hurt, you bastard," said Teach. He stepped on the enemy captain, whose midsection was now crushed through the wooden deck, his hands and feet jutting upward. He'd overdone it. "Oh, great. Hey, you alive down there?" Teach laughed. Ace wasn't sure how he was meant to react to all of this. "You all right?" he asked. "You've been shot." "Oh, yeah." Ah! He held a hand over his wound and howled, as though he just remembered it, and began calling for the ship doctor. "This guy's all kinds of sloppy," muttered Ace. It was just how Marshal D. Teach rolled. This was the guy whose job it was to take care of Ace. "Thatch, the flames are too strong. We can't put them out," someone yelled. The flames that had been picked up when Ace was fighting were now starting to devour the wooden ship. It was going to sink. This was what Thatch meant when he said that having third-rate guys do the work spelled disaster. Damn. I think we'll leave it off there. But one hell of a chapter. Definitely seen a lot. Finally got Ace meeting Blackbeard, so super happy about that. Their interactions are going to be hilarious. I can't wait. Hopefully it's going to be like some foreshadowing for the manga. Oh man, I can only wait. But we will see. Until then, have a nice one, guys. Bye.